pretty serious incentive to make them alter the report or do what they did. So how can you fix such a system? It's a very good question. And therefore, when we talk about corruption, again, I say this is a very complex problem, okay? What you see, corruption is actually a symptom. It's a symptom of a system that's not working the way it is. By the way, let's get one thing clear. You can never have zero corruption. It doesn't exist. It's an utopian ideal, okay? You cannot have zero corruption. It's human nature. Just like you can't have zero crime. But what you can have is a system to catch the corrupt. You can have very severe consequences for corruption. And most of all, which people don't talk about a lot, is you can reduce incentives to be corrupt. How do you reduce the incentives to be corrupt? You make systems more transparent. You make them more, you make information more open. You reduce the powers of the government. Okay, if the government officials have less power, if they have less discretion, if their system is open, if the processes are simple, if everything is transparent, there is very little incentive to be corrupt, because there's not much you can gain. I'll give you a 2G example. Now the 2G process, it was not a market-based auction. The spectrum was not priced according to a market-based auction. So it was not a transparent process. And if it was a transparent process, you could not have been. It was very difficult to say how you can be corrupt in such a process, because it's very transparent. So, but to answer your more fundamental question, how can you fix such a system? I think it has to start at the top. Remember, they say the fish starts rotting at the top. First, when a fish starts to rot, its head is the first part that begins to decay. So this system also rots at the top first. And so therefore the change has to come at the top, which is why when people say, we can change the system, we can change the government by